Layouts are a great pattern we can use to remove duplication from our templates. We find the sections that are repeated throughout the application, and then we extract them under a layout component. Examples of such sections include navigation bars, sidebars, page menus, and so on. Inertia offers two kinds of layouts. Layouts implemented as children components that are recreated with every visit, and persistent layouts, which, you guessed it, are persistent. They don't get destroyed between visits. We'll start with regular layouts and then have a look over the persistent ones. Here I have a settings area for an app I'm working on, and it currently uses a main layout which only includes the navigation at the top, meaning that this settings menu is repeated on each and every one of these pages. Now, whenever I want to change this section, I have to do it in 4 different components or pages, which is not ideal. Ideally, I would have to make that change in only one place, and layouts allow us to do just that. To make it easier to understand what I'm trying to achieve, I made this little sketch right here that explains our situation. So we have this main application layout, which has the main menu that is only present in the application layout, and then we have a dynamic section right here that changes throughout the site. The only problem with this is that profile and theme and integrations and so on should change, so this is the dynamic part. What shouldn't change are the settings. Ideally, we should have something like this, where we have a layout for the main application and the settings layout that includes the menu and the dynamic part, which is the profile or the theme or the integrations. If we go and look at the code, we have these 4 pages that all are repeating the same settings menu. And this is the part we need to extract out. The first thing I'm going to do is to create a new layout component and paste in the menu contents. So I'm going to go to this folder and create a new layout. Settings layout.view template. Now I will just grab this section for now. Now, a layout has 2 parts, the part that needs to be preserved, which is the settings menu we just pasted in, and a slot where the dynamic content is rendered. But one problem with this is that we need a root element, so we'll need div right here. And if we go back to where we copied this code, we see that we have our content right here. So we could just grab this part and then this part, and this will make our layout. Now technically all we have to do is import those 2 layouts, the app layout and the settings layout, and use them as children components in our pages. So if we go to profile, for example, we'll going to remove this layout property and add in the components. Should be app layout and settings. Come on, import. No. Okay, settings layout. From settings layout. And we'll need to make use of those 2 components. We'll have app layout, and then inside this component we'll have the settings layout. And here we need to paste in our content, which is this part right here. If we look at it, let's put it side by side. We're missing this part. So we'll grab this, put it here, and then remove the rest. And now if we go to our page on the profile page, we see that everything is still working. Let's do the same for the other pages. So integrations, we scroll down, remove this, replace it with components, app layout, settings, layout. I'm just gonna steal this from here. And then here we need app layout, settings, layout, and grab in the relevant content, which is this part right here. And then remove the rest. Okay, next up is security. And we'll do the same. So app layout, settings layout, and then copy this part, put it here, remove the rest, and of course we need to import the components. And I think we're done. Oh, we're missing the theme one. Okay, we'll do the same. Just copy this. Do this. This is the menu. Goes away, and we need this part. Okay, and that should be it. Now if you refresh and visit each and every page, they are using the same menu. So now if we need to add another menu item, all we have to do is go to the settings layout and do this. And now all the pages should have that one. To illustrate the difference between regular layouts and persistent layouts, let's go back in the browser and edit this menu item, for example. Now with regular layouts, whenever we visit between pages, the layout gets reconstructed, so it's destroyed and then re-rendered by the browser. With persistent layouts, well, the layouts are persisted, meaning that these elements won't change at all. This is especially useful in cases like when you want to have a podcast player on the side that you want to keep playing when the user navigates between pages, or a video, or any other element you want to preserve between visits. Let's have a look over how we can use our settings layout as a persistent layout. So the settings layout component doesn't need to change at all, so it stays exactly the same. What needs to change is the way we are using it. We'll remove the child components and use a render function instead. So here we say layout and then h page, and this will return h of app layout, which is our main layout, and then h of settings layout, which is the child layout for the app layout. And that's it. Of course, we need to do the same for the other pages. So we'll just paste this in and remove the child components. Same here. And same for the theme. Go here, paste this in, these other two. And that's it. Now if we go to the browser and do the same thing we did earlier, we just change this one to something. Now if we navigate to a different page, you can see that this menu item doesn't change at all, because this whole settings layout is persistent. The only thing that changes is this part right here. Well, that's it. That's how you do layouts in InertiaJS. Bye.